Hello everybody, Shadow here, and welcome back to Fallout New Vegas. We are here. Hello.
You require some addition. Rightly.
Okay. Place your heart back in your chest. Okay, I've got cardiac arrest perk. So, you are less resistant to poison, 50%, and robots are only somewhat confused by you, 25% less likely to score a critical hit now. But on the bright side, healing items, chems, are twice as effective. Very nice. I got my heart back in my chest.
You require some addition.
Yes, I do. Let's go ahead and reattach my spine. I've lost the spineless perk, but I have gained the reinforced spine perk. Your spine is back in your body, but some advanced technologies remain. Your torso can now be crippled again, but your strength and damage threshold bonuses have doubled, +2. Very nice. Okay. First of all, you're still broken, aren't you? I'm assuming you're still just trashed. Yep, okay. Alright, that's fair enough. Ooh, hey, look at that.
Muggy? Yeah, Muggy's alright. Not too seedy, but hey, nobody's perfect.
Right, right. So I guess now we can just come here to get food. Oh, right. Hold on. Don't I have empty bottles?
Well, hello there.
I think I specifically picked up some empty bottles.
I can do that. They...
Fill empty bottles. 3 purified waters. Very nice.
Oh, please, please!
I don't remember. Okay, I don't have any. Sorry.
Got any more soup?
Okay, don't have any for you.
Greetings, citizen.
Okay. Well, I think that means it's time to go to the think tank. Dr. Klein awaits. Make sure you're prepared to finish this once and for all. Right. Well, let's save just to be sure. But I'm going to try to convince them. Oh my gosh, they're very angry.
You should really see, Dr. Klein. We're all awaiting the results of your experiment.
Right.
Why am I... That is me.
I just was wondering if...
Oh, you...
There was another courier?
Of course. You must have met others in your... He asked us all many questions, and then he asked a most perplexing
Okay.
one. We had to segment the event out of our memories for safety.
I see. What was the question?
I do not know, nor should we try to access it. Perhaps Klein has the logs.
Fascinating.
My evaluation would be to let your own curiosity go. I do not think that Klein remembers the conversation as being satisfactory.
Interesting. He came and went.
Until our next interaction.
Klein's an efficient man. Wouldn't keep him.
Got any amazing discoveries to share?
I discovered more internal parts in the monitors here. If you could,
All right.
I'd have a few. Yeah, there were a few.
Nice. 50. Wonderful.
Klein, away.
Blindly operating on any poor animals lately?
Why, yes. Look, I
found... Nice. Cool. All right, fine. We'll talk to Dr. Klein. Now that we've skewed your guys'...
The lobotomite returns.
Yes.
Our lobotomite. Has Dr. Mobius been denominated into scrap metal and voice module parts, as we hoped?
I found my brain. Now you and I are going to settle things.
I recommend watching your tone with me, lobotomite. Now, your brain. Hand it over, or we'll extract it again.
I'm not handing my brain over. There's some things we should discuss.
And what could we possibly have to speak about? You have the brain, we have the technology. All you must do is surrender.
I don't like the vibe.
With it, we can finally leave this place. I cannot tell you how boring this place gets, chopping up the landscape and everything in it. And we have so many questions to ask your brain first. About this Mojave place. A fertile testing ground for our experiments.
You think I am the lobotomite? No! For my skull house is the brain of Mobius!
That is the most insane thing I've ever heard. There's no way Mobius would condescend to step inside you. Besides, there's no way such a thing could be accomplished. It's impossible.
Nothing is impossible for science! What is that supposed to mean? Mesons, lasers, atoms, brainwaves all are at my command.
You speak the truth. And the decibel variation in your voice, it is Mobius. How dare you breach the think tank? And what do you want here?
I offer a deal. Stay here, stay put, and I'll let you live.
That's no deal at all. There's a whole world beyond the crater, filled with ideas and possibilities. We
Too
could have
bad.
escaped, seen it all for ourselves, tested it, prodded at it, made it squirm.
I will permit you to do this for me.
Partner with you? My foe? My rival? My foremost critic?
Yes!
I have a strange sensation that I would like that. How odd. Very well, partner. The think tank is at your service as long as you do not destroy us.
Nice! Hey! Nice! Okay. We gotta talk to Dr. Klein about that weird message.
Thank you for what you have done. The helping, that is. We like that. I feel an odd emotion. Platitude? Attitude? No, wait. Gratitude.
Yeah,
That's
that'll do it. Yep, that's it. I heard one of the previous visitors to the dome spoke to you, asked you some questions.
Oh, yes, the last visitor. Well, the one just before you. Had an interesting name from some language that's almost impossible to speak. What did we speak about? Melancholy fellow. Had questions about history, but our conversation got interrupted. Twice, I believe. Once when the trains got derailed, and then a second time. Oddly enough, now that I'm accessing my databanks, I don't recall what the second time was. Mobius's incessant transmissions keep distracting me.
Ah, okay, right.
Also, we didn't brain scrub the visitor. He may have left with some knowledge he shouldn't have. I believe, maybe.
I see.
Oh, well, I'm sure it's of no consequence. I don't make many mistakes in calculation or perception, so probability favors me.
I see. Okay, that's it?
Yes.
I see. Well, that was easy. Leave the think tank. All right. Off we go.
As it had been in the years before the Great War,
Right.
Big Mountain, the Big Empty, became home to one of the brightest minds of the 23rd century.
Yes, yes.
The courier watched over the Big Empty for years to come, caring for it and keeping its discovery safe until they were needed to help others.
Right, right.
Which had always been Big Mountain's purpose. Past the laboratories and science, it had always been intended as a place to build the future of all mankind.
Right.
The Sync Central Intelligence Unit was impressed by the amount of exploration the courier had undertaken.
Yay!
Facilities believed lost, destroyed, or ones that had simply gotten up and walked to new locations had been rediscovered by its intrepid new master.
Right.
Internally, the artificial personality debated as to whether it preferred the old management to the new, and concluded that the courier's thorough approach to research and investigation was admirable and worthy of its respect.
Hey!
Dr. Mobius continued his research undisturbed in the Forbidden Zone.
Okay.
As much as he had attempted to create better scorpions, he tried the same with humanity, with considerably less success. These failures didn't bother him over much. Once the rush of mentats wore off, he forgot he had failed in any event. After all, the bright young mind who had come to visit him in the Forbidden Zone had already exceeded his expectations.
Okay, yeah.
The Sync atop the dome bustled with the voices of a small town, constantly chirping, arguing, and snarling at each other.
Right.
Still, this all happened productively in the interests of its new owner. The Sync Central Intelligence Unit discovered, despite its inversion code, it was comforted by the sense of community the other personalities gave it.
Yay!
Biological research station, obsessed with seeding everything in sight, requested a transfer to the X-22 Botanical Garden, so that it might, in its own words, sensually fertilize the garden's smooth contours.
Okay. I see.
The garden sent back a polite refusal, saying it had prior commitments with a vault it had helped infect before the war.
The book chute continued to devour all seditious materials until it nearly choked on a paper clip.
Oh no!
It adamantly maintained it was a Chinese paperclip, and the whole thing had been an elaborately orchestrated assassination attempt.
Sure it was.
Whatever the reason, it slowed down for a while, carefully appraising each document and clipboard that came to it.
The light switches continued to bicker and flicker.
This persisted until the day someone dropped a flashlight in the sink, and the two of them united in their hatred of the showboat. One of them eventually transferred to the Lightwave Dynamics plant and began a long, unrequited affair with one of the holograms.
The Sync continued to ruthlessly scrub any particulate matter that came near it.
Okay, right.
Eventually, it gained access to the magneto-hydraulics plant and
Ooh.
nearly flooded all the Big Empty in an attempt to scrub the crater clean.
Oh.
Once it learned of the innovative toxins plant, however, it gained new purpose. It sought to develop antitoxins to flush into its drains and counteract the poisons bleeding into the soil.
The toaster
Makes sense.
continued its psychotic spree, reducing all appliances in range to scrap electronics and spare parts. After one of its more psychotic episodes, however, the other Sync personalities decided enough was enough and dumped the toaster in a bathtub.
Gasp!
Sparking and hissing, the toaster swore its enemies would rue the day when they had bread and no way to toast it.
Okay.
Muggy did his best to collect coffee cups, although in his quest, he accidentally trapped himself in Higgs Village.
Fair enough.
It might have been the end for poor Muggy. Except, he found it peaceful there, tidying up the kitchens of the think tank professors back when they had been flesh and blood.
Okay.
Well, except for Dr. O, who was an asshole for having created Muggy in the first place. Muggy left O's house deliberately dirty punishing the dishes and cups that live there in blind revenge for serving Dr. O.
Seems a little petty.
And old Jefferson, with sounds the courier brought him, created a symphonic counter-frequency that saved Big Mountain from sonic invasion in 2910.
Oh my.
If you didn't hear about it, good.
Okay.
It was rumored by the other personalities that he had a brief fling with the light switches. Although he forgot their names once too often and was soon left in the dark as punishment.
Makes sense. Makes
Autodoc,
sense.
always gentle and methodical. Kept sewing
Right.
up the courier in all the right places when the skin split open from repeated wear and tear.
True.
The
Yep.
Autodoc
Thanks.
was just glad to have purpose again. It heard its simpler brothers and sisters who got shipped to the Sierra Madre were bored out of their skulls in that toxic dead city.
Right.
In
right.
time, the Autodoc found a way to deactivate the Y-17 trauma harnesses, releasing the corpses they had held prisoner for almost 200 years.
Good.
As the courier ran through the X8 facility multiple times, the computers analyzed the test subject's movements.
Okay. Yeah.
Rather than performing a superficial observation, they realized the subject barely knew what communism was.
Right.
Or even what a high school was.
Yeah.
This
Fair.
confused them for a time, until the facility finally realized that its research had succeeded.
Gasp.
So it let its cyber dogs out into the wastes to help protect small communities from physical aggression rather than communist propaganda.
Well, that's nice.
The infiltration program in X-13 felt spent, having repeatedly upgraded the stealth suit until it could upgrade it no more.
Right.
It felt warm, fulfilled, and a bit sluggish. It realized not long after, the stealth suit had left it, without so much as a note on the nightstand.
Yeah, sorry about that.
So the infiltration program sent out robo-brains into the wastes, looking for its wayward technology. It eventually found Repcon HQ, and set up a new research center, testing and murdering fiends who kept breaking into the facility.
Oh my.
The courier, organs intact, continued onwards, a little less heavy of step, but with all the organs in the right places. As they should be.
Yay!
After all, brains can develop a life of their own when left to their own thoughts, and the courier's brain was more clever than most.
Dr. Klein and the think tank remained alive, unaware of the world outside. They looped through their daily routine, none the wiser about the world beyond.
I see.
Although perhaps wiser was the wrong word. The world outside belonged to the courier.
Right.
And if anyone would shape it, well, the courier had already called dibs.
That I have.
There is an expression in the wasteland, old world blues.
It refers to
yeah.
those so obsessed with the past they can't see the present, much less the future, for what it is.
True, true.
They stare into the what was, eyes like pilot lights, guttering and spent, as the realities of their world continue on around them.
Science is a long, steady progression into the future.
Yes, yes it is.
May seem a sudden event, often isn't felt for years, even centuries to come.
In the times following the Second Battle of Hoover Dam, however, old world blues took on a new meaning.
Where once it was viewed as a form of sadness, nostalgia, it became an expression describing the potential for the future.
I see.
It can be easy to see science as evil, technology unchecked as the source of all ills, all misfortunes.
Right.
With the courier at the helm, science became a beacon for the future.
Yeah!
There was old world blues, and new world hope. And hope ruled the day.
We did it!
Mountain.
We could say more, but the stories in the Big Empty speak for themselves. Now armed with the transportal Ponder, the courier could return to the dome at any time and crack open the secrets of the Big Empty one by one.
Right. I
The
feel like we
Sync
did.
sat vigilant, waiting for its master to return, shoes covered in Mojave dust.
Right.
Only one road yet remained, and it was one the courier had to walk alone.
Yeah. Yeah. You have lost the brainless perk. Cheering. You have gained the big brained perk. Your brain is back in your body, but some of the advanced technologies remain. Your head still cannot be crippled, but you are only 10% more resistant to addiction now. Surprisingly, your damage threshold has improved by 10%, minimum plus 1 DT. You've acquired the Big Mountain Transportal Ponder. It's capable of transporting you and you alone between the Mojave Wasteland and the Big Mountain. To return to the Mojave or go back to the Big Mountain from the Mojave, simply equip the Transportal Ponder. As if you would any weapon, pull the trigger and away you'll go. Note that it won't work in interiors or in combat situations and is totally incapable of harming your enemies. Oh, okay.
Might I be safe in the assumption that matters with the think tank have been satisfactorily concluded vis-a-vis your residence in this domicile?
Yeah! Okay. So... First of all... We got various things to do. We're gonna take all that stuff. It's time to repair. Okay. I'm gonna just fuse as many things as I can, and then I will see you in a bit. I'm gonna sell like all of this stuff, drop off what I can. Oh my gosh. There are a lot of different places that I just have not seen before. Holy moly. One place I know that I want to go before we end the game is up here to Jacobstown. Because I know that there's some quests over there that are not necessarily tied to progress, but they would be interesting to see. However, we're going to go over to Novak because I got some stuff to drop off. So, all right, we're back. That took me a little bit, but I wanted to get enough money.
I trust matters regarding your brain were resolved to your satisfaction.
Yes, I was. Wonderful. I wanted to get enough money to install implants. So, plus 10% Cazador damage for 8,000 caps. Which is wonderful. And then...
If you're planning to stay a while, I could see clear to... Rightly so.
Now, install Y7, bonus HP AP from food. 20,000 caps. Alrighty. Very good. That took a little bit longer than I was expecting because, well, I had to find enough people who could sell or buy stuff. Because I was trying to sell gold bars, but obviously not a lot of vendors have the money to buy the gold bars from me. So I would try to like sell a gold bar, plus also like basically buy out their entire stock, and then I would try to sell that other stock that I just bought to another vendor that has a smaller caps pool, and then just go down the chain for a little bit until eventually we're all good. So, yeah, right now we only have 5,000 caps. That is acceptable. After just a little bit of playtime, I'm sure we will be able to sell some more of them. Okay, so there's a lot of things on the map. Not all of them are going to be interesting, per se. What I would like to do is so I've mentioned, I think what I had said before the DLC was I was going to do the DLC, and then I was going to do the President Kimball mission, and then I was going to do the last DLC, and then do the final mission. I don't think I'm going to do that anymore. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend a little bit of time and do various things throughout the map that I think are going to be worthwhile. I might look up some quests, because for instance, like, I know that Jacobstown has like a quest or two involved with them. In fact, there's a freaking companion you can get there. So we probably want to do that. And then yeah, I don't really know what else there is, but I'm sure that there are some other places that we probably want to go explore, whether they have interesting like world building, or if they do have a quest line associated with them. I want to say that somewhere around here, somewhere in here, I think there's some sort of quest line. Oh, there's a full vault that we haven't explored. That would probably be a good idea to go to. So anyway, yeah, I'll look up like a list, maybe try to find, like, not necessarily like look up someone's list, but like look through the wiki while comparing what I have or haven't done on the map, and just go through and like write down some stuff, and then we'll go through that for a few episodes, and then we'll go do the last DLC. I don't remember what the name is for it. And then after that DLC, probably we will finish the game with the last like 2 missions of story mode. So yeah, that's going to be the plan for now, but it is late, so I'm going to stop for now. So if you enjoyed this episode, please let me know down in the comments below, and maybe leave a like. And if you want to catch the next episode as it comes out, go ahead and hit subscribe. But for now, that's it. So see ya!